Okay, hi guys, it's that time of the week again, so I'm going to show you a whole lot of new stuff. We've had a mountain of new stuff come in. I'm going to show you through some kits, and then we might also do a walkthrough as well. So let's start off with Bronco and fine molds. Fine molds, this is the new F4 Phantom. They've done two so far. This is the F4E early. So 72nd scale. Lots and lots of bits. There's only so many ways you can break a Phantom down, and they've done it along similar lines to most people. The detail's good. There's actually weapons in it. There's nice clear parts. You get a choice of opened or closed canopies, which is generally what you would find in most kits. The nozzles are a bit different the way they've done it. They've also done a separate pieces for the interior of the engine. The wings are good, nicely detailed. The few bits and pieces I've read about so far have said that they seem to go together well. Pretty cool. Nice decal sheet. Very straightforward. Lots and lots on it. I think there's about 4 choices of markings on it. So you get the different colour schemes there. So there's 1, 2, 3. 3 choices of markings. Bit of a thing there. Colour guide. So it's a nice little booklet of the construction of it and everything else. Tells you the colour schemes, which is good. It does colour call-outs as it goes along, so that's pretty cool. As I said, there's 2 of these. There's also a Japanese version, F4EJ. That's also just come out. That's in stock now. 72nd scale kit. They're a little pricey, but then fine molds has been hard to get for a long time, and they're not cheap anyway. I'll show you some more later on. Also from fine molds, this is a bit different. This is they've taken the Tamiya Brewster Buffalo and released it with Japanese markings and some other bits and pieces. Now the kit itself, everybody knows, has been around for years. It's a nice kit, goes together well. I've built quite a few of them, never had a problem with them. That's the kit. There's the clear parts. That's the instructions. Again, fine mold styling, a couple of choices of markings there. Basically layout, then it's how to build all the bits and pieces. Now the bits and pieces include drums, figures, a ladder, some tools, all sorts of bits. And they also have, it says on the side of the box, seat belts. Our customer brought it back and said, I can't find the edge metal seat belts. We looked through it and everything else. It turns out they're not edge metal, they're actually plastic. They are so finely done that that's them just there. And because they're plastic and they're pretty flexible, you can sort of shape them any way you want. So something new from them. As I said, it's not their kit, but all those bits and pieces are. So it suggests they've taken it from some of their other kits and just put all the bits and pieces in one box with an aircraft. There's 2 kits out so far. This is the Brewster Buffalo, and they've also done an ME109E, which I believe is also Tamiya's kit. Bronco, we've just had a huge restock of it. The main thing that they were putting out is the new 48 scale MiG-15. Now we haven't had a new MiG-15 since probably the early 2000s, which was the trumpeter kit. Prior to that, we had the Tamiya kit, which was very, very nice, and is but very, very hard to get hold of these days. They haven't re-released it for some time. This is quite nice. As a kit, it builds up very, very well, apparently. There's a couple of issues with people commenting that there's an issue with the trailing edge of the wing. Look, compared to the Tamiya kit, yeah, it looks different. Does it look different to the real aeroplane? Only the experts would really, really know. If you just want a nice MiG-15, this one comes with all the bits and pieces. It's got a nice cockpit, nice bits and pieces. Not a lot to have to worry about, so it's fairly straightforward. There's only the 3 sprues. Decal sheet, only 1 or 2 markings, and the usual Bronco type instructions. It's probably no more pieces than the old original Tamiya kit, but it's new technologies. It looks a bit neater as such, but as I said, there's been a few comments about this wing root trailing edge area. So if you're looking for a nice MiG-15 that's available, come and pick it up. As I said, apparently it goes together very well. So, and it's got canopies, and so it's quite nice. So that's quite new. There's 2 versions of it. There's the BIS and the Faggot. They're both available. They're in stock at the moment. This is Bronco's P40B. This is the Hawk 81A2 AVG. Now this is a special edition. They have released this a couple of times earlier on. The kit does build up pretty well. There's always the experts out there that will tell you various shapes are different to what they should be, blah, 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 blah. But as a kit, it looks way better than the P40s that have come out from a couple of other companies. It's probably a little bit, probably not quite as good as the Airfix one, if you can find that at the moment. But look, builds into a nice P40. At least the cockpit's the right shape and everything else. But people will still make comments that there are a couple of little issues with it. I think there's something to do with the underneath of it and maybe the cockpit canopy or something or other. However, the big difference with this one is, and this is quite interesting, they've released it as the AVG Special Edition. The reason they're calling it Special Edition is because it's got some extra parts. They are printed. This is on actual material, so it's identical. This is the AVG blood chit that used to go with the pilots on their things. Basically what it was to notify all the Chinese civilians and anybody else that might have come across the AVG pilots on who they were and that they had to render assistance to these pilots because they were very important to the Chinese military. And they were Americans flying in Chinese markings. So that's a full, almost like what appears to be a full-size one, so that's pretty cool. The other thing in it, they've got obviously markings for AVG aircraft. The other thing in it is there's 3 resin figures. One's Chenault, one's a pilot, which probably will either be Smith or, who's the other one? Can't remember who the other one was. But this, as I said, there's a mechanic and Claire Chenault and the a pilot. Chenault, of course, was the guy who founded the AVG, so he's included in it. Other than that, the kit is, you know, there's 4 sprues, nice little kit, builds up well. As I said, experts will tell you that there's this, that, and the other thing, but in the end, other than the Airfix P40B, I think this is one of the nicer ones as well. I have probably got about 2/3 through one of these and I haven't found any issues with it. So there you go. That's in stock. Now, a couple of jets from Bronco. This is their PLA Air Force J20 Mighty Dragon. This is 72nd scale. So this is quite a big airplane. I didn't realise how big this airplane is. That's in 72nd scale. So lots of detail, lots of bits and pieces. It's got undercarriages, bomb bays, clear parts, just a single canopy, single piece. Cockpit, underneath, it's got that same sawtooth edge that the F-35s and all that sort of have, so that's the latest thing to have, I suppose. Usual instruction sheet from Bronco, little decal sheet, and that's about it. It is 72nd scale, so, and as I said, it's quite a big aeroplane when you look at it. So that's come in, that's in stock. And last but not least from Bronco is the Vigorous Dragon, which is the J10S, but this one's in 48 scale. So this is quite nice. I've read a little bit about this one. There's some good reviews of it. The kit apparently goes together well. The shape of it's pretty good. There's your wings. Clear parts, so in this particular one you've got a closed canopy or an open canopy, so you can do that. And there's your fuselage. So the detail on it is pretty good. The panel lines aren't too deep. Should make up into a nice kit. There's a bit of a fuel tanks and weapons or something or other there, so there's that. Missiles, a whole lot of missiles there. What else we got? That's a boarding ladder by the look of it. A bit of etched metal as well, part of the seat, oh, they give you seat belts in this one. Markings, cockpit interior decals, pretty cool. So there's quite a, and of course, obviously their book on it. It gives you a rundown of all the weapons layouts and loads and all those sort of things. So Very, very nice. So it's quite a substantive little kit. Oh, I don't know if you can see it or not, but in there's a brass pitot tube. So they've given you that as a separate little piece, which is pretty cool. So as I said, lots and lots in it, 48 scale. Seems pretty cool. From what I've read, it's quite nice. So if you're looking for the current inventory of Chinese Air Force, this one's quite a nice one. So that's it for today. I'll talk to you again soon and we'll chase up some other stuff. Take care. See you later.